And now, from Brooklyn, New York, he's the podcaster that's bringing the real heat to the Sunshine State, the host of Ring Fever, Michael L. Ray.
His name is Michael El Rey.
Live Monday night, back-to-back episodes of Ring Fever. I gave you CB Attitude last night. Now I'm giving you someone who's been in the business for over 20 years. Started in Puerto Rico, did his thing in New York, down here in Florida. I'm giving you the most controversial topic besides me right now. Mr. Rafael Gonzalez from Pro Wrestling. Hondo, what's going on, buddy? What's going on, brother?
Nah, chilling, man. Living life.
So, and Pro Wrestling, they took a break for a while. I did a couple shows with you. I always thank you for that. It was at a time where I really didn't want to fucking do anything. And that's the respect I have for you because it wasn't a show I was looking to get booked on. It was something you called me and said, "Hey, I got some talent here. I need you to lift up real quick. I'll see you next week." And I showed up and we had fun. So
Sounds like
and
it.
Pro Wrestling took a break, right? Because I remember I called you and I told you, "Hey buddy, I want to take a break for a couple." What
Well,
exactly happened?
mainly what happened was the hurricane. Hurricane Milton hit my house and pretty much destroyed everything. I had to start from scratch. Like right
Okay.
now, look. So you can see we just got part of the house. This is the kitchen. It's looking like a house again. You
Okay,
know,
so
it,
everything
it
is
was
back.
looking
Yeah,
it was looking like I lived in a homeless station. No walls, windows just barely, doors messed up. So
that was from the what was it, a flood, right? The flood went
the
in.
Hurricane Milton, the flood hit. We got the surge of the
Mm,
hurricane. We got the surge part. We live right beside a creek, and once
it
that
just
came in,
all
there's no stopping.
lifted up. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad you're right. Most people, they have their assumptions. You know how it is in pro wrestling. I knew it was something with the hurricane because I seen your wife post up things, and a lot of people in the business don't have your wife on the page. Me, I'm
Yep.
privileged because, you know, that's like my little titi. She gives me that food whenever I'm around. But I seen the pictures, and I even hit you up like, dude, if you need anything, let me know.
Yep. I know
But
you did. I know you did.
are we 90% done with the house, or are we like where we
We're
at
good.
percentage wise?
We're good. Like 95% done. The next step is we got to get the roof done, and that was another battle, but we should be at full 100% a couple weeks, God willing, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, the
Um,
fucking I bet you it blew off half the fucking shingles too.
I don't know. It was just a lot, man. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
We were
So
able
you
to
took
save some stuff, but mainly the most important stuff was just done for. My granddaughter's stuff was gone. My son's stuff was gone. My daughter's stuff was gone. Our stuff was gone. It was a lot.
yeah. I still give your family so much respect for pulling through this and not letting this be their downfall. That shows you how strong they are as a family, how unity they
Yeah,
are.
someone just told me this recently. Uh, you've had a hard year, and it looks like it doesn't set you guys back. It just makes you go forward.
And that's
And
what I want to talk about because you had a very extremely hard year. And the midst of all this, you came up with an idea to bring Ant back at a venue where people recently been hitting me up, sending me the Google address. Like if I'm like I don't get it, Hound Dog. I don't know if people think we hate each other or there's some sort of mythical beast, but I don't make fun of everybody on Facebook. Like, and that's not
well,
my job. Like I look for discrepancies like no insurance, no LLCs, stuff like that. And I did Google the address and I seen where it was at, and I kind of thought about it. Like before I even wrote something, I thought about it. And I said, I see what he's trying to do here. Like, I get it.
Okay,
I worked at a retirement center before, you know?
so let's get this real. I didn't look for it. Let's start off with a lot of stuff because of maybe it's because who I am, how I carry myself, how I treat people. Sometimes things just land on my lap. It
Okay,
ain't
okay.
it ain't me going, hey, you got to do this and you're gonna get this. No, man, I don't do none of that. I'm all about trying to give back to the business that gave to me, and even part of it that didn't give to me, I'm trying to give back better to the next future people. Um, this is one of my guys. Everyone knows Vice and Violence pretty much now. They're
Okay.
doing their thing. Uni Vice hit me up and said, "Hey, I have a place and it's a little different than what we're accustomed to." And I said, "Lay it on me." And he goes, "I work, I do some stuff at this place for older people, and I think it'd be a good idea if we can put on a show for them because some of the people can't, they don't have the means to travel. They pretty much live there. They don't go nowhere.
So is
So
this
instead of us
assisted
taking them
living or
somewhere,
memory care? Is this
huh?
assisted living or memory care?
I think it's an assisted living. I'm not too sure.
So these are
Um,
people that are basically retired, they live there, and they probably don't even have family. They don't go nowhere.
like
This is just who
if they
they are.
have family, you know how it is. Let's be real.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
worked at
knocking
one of these
people.
places.
I'm not knocking people with families that work and stuff. You know, if I have a job and I had a grandma who lived in an assisted facility. I couldn't always go see her. I
Yeah.
couldn't always take her here, there, and everywhere. So he goes and says, I think it'd be a cool idea if instead of them having to come to the show, let's bring Amp Wrestling to them. I think it's a no brainer. You know, listen. I've had a lot of older people that helped me when I was growing up, and they gave me um they gave me opportunities. They helped me out. So why am I not going to try to give it to someone else? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm down to do this stuff. I'm down to go take some entertainment because at the end of the day, as professional wrestlers and entertainers that we are, we want to make people enjoy a day or something.
I
And
like the
and
idea because I worked at a retirement center here in the Villages. There was nothing wrong with those people. Okay. It's not like they were sick, dying of cancer, any of that. People here, people have so many misconceptions. A lot of those people were guys that some like war veterans and stuff.
exactly.
I had a couple of guys who like just basically they finished with the union. They don't want a house. They don't want to pay all these bills. They just rather pay one, just one bill a month, which is they get
One bill a
everything they
month that
need.
includes water, light, cable,
They're not
internet.
prisoners. They could go in
They
and
can go
out
and come.
whenever they want.
It's like
And
having an apartment it's like it's like living in the projects and everything's included. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
I didn't want to say it like that. It's like how
No,
you live in,
let's call it spade
yeah,
a spade.
yeah.
It's
It's
like
like
living
living
in
in
the
the projects,
projects,
everything's included.
but everything's included. That way you're not struggling so much.
And
And I'm cool with that. Bro, I would have done that in the hood too. You know what I'm saying? In the hood, they would
oh,
have said, yo, we got this place in the hood, down the middle. Bro, those are some of the best wrestling shows in the hood. Because they
yes,
get into it and they
yes,
love it.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
so why wouldn't I do that? Especially older people. Older people get into wrestling probably better than half the young people that watch it
The
nowadays.
old folks and the kids get into wrestling more than anybody. The old folks getting into it more because they know what wrestling is and they're just there to. I mean,
I just
I'm gonna be real with you. I could probably find a video of that famous guy that dresses up like Dusty Rhodes. He's like all over the place.
I've
Um,
seen, I know you're talking about.
the old man. He went to a Magic City show, and me and him got into it. That he came after the show, and he was like, "Buddy, I hope I wasn't too hard for you, but I deserve a fucking shirt because you almost gave me a heart attack." And I gave him one. I gave him
Good.
one. Like, oh yeah, you feel me? So I'm
Here's the
not
thing
mad
though,
about the venue,
like
but
listen. I'm gonna be honest. Is it your typical venue? No. It's an outside show. They don't have a like a closed up dome or anything. But at the end of the day, man, it's for older people. I'm down.
yeah,
And for
it's not
someone to
for
tell me, and
fans.
I'm
It's for
gonna
them.
listen. I know you're probably not gonna do it, but I will. For someone to make a comment and tell me that I have to do better, tell me I have to do better, bro. I think I'm doing really good because this is for people that can't make it. It's for older people. What do you mean do better?
We could say his name here because I signed a deal with him.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I took him under the wing for the thing of that he's stubborn. And he's stubborn and he's hard headed, and it's one of those
My
things
problem with this is I never in my life dogged him.
Yes, and that
And
was
when
the
people
comment.
said something about him, I'm the first one that stood there and batted for him.
And you know what the problem is that I feel right now? I'm gonna tell you like this because I have these discussions and I've gotten into heated arguments with him. All right, so you two guys have a different relationship than me and him. You two guys have an uncle nephew relationship, whether you want to say no or not. You care so much about him, and he does not see it. He does not see how much you care about him. And I try to explain to him why you hard the way you are with him because he doesn't understand that he's 17. Okay, before when you had him, he was way younger, and you don't want to see him go through some of the shit that we already know about in the industry. You know, when this Team Dojo thing came out, he was the first one to be like, wow, I'm reading more and more stuff and it's getting creepy. And I start to tell him, well, look, I know you didn't get along with Ralphie, but that's some of the stuff he was protecting you from. The weirdos, you know, you may not understand it now, like me. You know, that's why I hit you up. Bro, when we were 17, I know you
Yeah,
were living in the
but here's the
Bronx, bro.
thing. But here's the thing. I'm gonna use that same comment. He was 17. My son Damien started training at 16. My son Damien, he wants to say how I'm hard on him. Everyone can tell you different, but I can tell you the truth because I'm the one that trained that little fucker. I was harder on him. I cuss him out. I talk to him like a
Yeah.
coach would talk to you when you were in high school back in the day. If you can't handle your coach talking shit to you to bring out the best in you, then this ain't the business for you.
And that's why I feel like you guys just need time separated. I gave him a platform for him to do his little thing. He apologized to me, and I told him not to apologize to me, to apologize to you.
I listen. I told him my words. Don't apologize. Here's why.
Yeah,
Because unfortunately, you already threw it out there.
yeah, he was too much in
And
his
even if
character.
you, and like I said, even if you pulled down the video, if you had 50 people look at that, that's 50 people that have that in their mouth, and they're gonna pass it to the next one.
Oh, it was
True
passed
or
quickly.
untrue?
It
True
was
or
passed
untrue?
quickly. No, it's true. It was passed
I can
quickly.
say, listen, I can come and say, example, say Michael Array is the biggest douchebag I've ever met. And fuck, you can be.
Yeah,
But the
of
difference
course.
is, but hey,
Of course.
but I'm a be street right now. This nigga tell you to your face.
Yeah,
This nigga don't hold back. I'm about that life. I'm about me. I'm gonna tell you to your face whether you like it or not.
which
And
is
if hey, and if you want to throw hands, I'm always down for it. I'm
oh
right
yeah,
here.
yeah. You know,
And
so what I think it is.
this
I
is
think it's
you
a
or
different
anyone.
culture, bro. I don't
Huh?
really think these guys are used to
No.
honesty and
The problem is, and this comes to, and I'm not saying every school, but there are a few schools that have this habit. They tell you the good job, you're doing great, and you're not. I'm
yeah,
not gonna hold back. I'm not
yeah,
gonna sit here and kiss your ass because you need that to move you forward. No. If it looks bad, it's bad. If it looks good, it's good. If it looks decent, I'm gonna say, yo, it's okay. But I'm not gonna be here and tell you good job and pat you in the back. No, that's not about it. That's why you got wrestlers that aren't good and think they're good and walk around with belts because they think they're that good. No, people can
it's
you can listen. People can run their mouth about a lot of things, but if the person has something that works for him and it really works, I'll run with that
yeah, basically. I seen you before.
because it's working,
It's working.
not because he's great. Because I
So
can work with guys that aren't great. I can help get them better.
I feel like between you two guys, and I've seen this happen so many times in the business. That's why, like, when I hit you up, you pretty much you kind of like understood. Due to his age and due to every fucking coaching student gets into a fight where the stubborn one has to leave and has to go out there on his own, and the coach has to lay back, even though as much as the
Oh,
coach loves him, has to
oh,
stand back and watch the kid fall on his face and wait till he comes back home. And
here's the
I'm
problem,
not saying that happens
Michael.
because I'm not.
Michael. Michael.
Let me finish.
Let
Let me
me no
finish.
no. Before you finish that sentence, you need to understand something. And this is what everyone else seems to forget. People mistake my kindness for weakness. People
Yes,
think that I'm soft. People think that because I'm so nice that I'm gonna fold right back to the thing. Once I put in my mind that I'm done with you,
you're done.
I am done with you. I'm not gonna stick my neck out anymore. I'm not gonna have people look at me like I'm sideways, like I'm crazy. I give opportunities. My job as a coach is to pull the best out in a person. That's what I try to do as
And
best of
you're
my
very you're
ability.
understanding too, because we had conversations. I mean,
But
I did have you call my phone and ask me if it was something you did or Amp
but
did or something. But go
but
ahead.
my biggest question is
Go
how
ahead.
many times do I have to slap you in the face for you to slap me back?
Yeah.
How many times do I let you spit in my face before I smack the shit out of you or spit right back in your face? Let's call a spade a spade. You a real
I
nigga,
got a
I'm a
soft
real nigga.
bro, I got a soft heart for him. That's what it is.
I do too. I
I got
do
a soft
too.
heart.
Here's my problem.
Yeah.
Here's my problem. In AMP, we never dogged him.
No. I think it was
Personally, in
I think
AMP,
it
we
was
never
more of
dogged him.
a
That
I
the
think it was
boys
more of
fucked with
a
him. Wait a minute. That the boys fucked with him. Fuck yeah, they did. But that's part of the business. That's how
yeah.
That's how you get a backbone in this business. If no one fucks with you, if no one says shit to you, then how do you plan on growing forward and getting better? You the shit, but hey, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm not gonna fuck with you. As much people say they don't like him, they like him enough that they have tried to give him advice. I
Yes.
have those
Yes.
messages.
Yes.
People that don't like him and don't want to deal with him no more have still gone out their way when I told them, hey, that's my kid. Don't disrespect him. And they've tried to help him. But
Which I do give you
he
points because
focuses, but him and Zeit,
hold on. When shit got out of hand, and I don't think he knows this, when shit got out of hand and people started sending him derogatory messages, you were the first one to go out there and tell everybody stop.
no, back the
Like
fuck up.
back up. He's still my guy. I this is between me and him, and I do respect that because I try to get that through his head. Like, listen, you're mad at him now. He's mad at you now, but bro. At the end of the
And
day,
I'm not,
he,
hey, and I'm not, I wasn't mad. I wasn't
disappointed.
mad.
Then
No, it's honestly disappointed, not even cutting it. Hurt is what I am.
hurt. Oh, all right.
I'm hurt. And if he would have talked like all this man he talked, he always could have called me. I tried calling him and he put me the pass. He wouldn't
Which
answer.
which I'm gonna.
So how can you and I have a conversation? Me and Michael or Ray have
I
a
was about to
problem.
say that.
I
I'm about to.
call him
No, no, no,
and you
no.
swipe me. You swipe me no. How am I gonna fix the problem?
No, 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 no. Don't say if we had a problem. I'm gonna put it out there. There was a couple of years ago, rumors, people not getting what I'm doing online, okay, taking everything I say on Facebook serious. They don't know if it's a work or a shoot. Incidents. I don't know how this shit went about. Rafael calls my phone.
No,
Hey,
let's
no wait.
rephrase that. I purposely, because I don't know how to get to you. I didn't have you as a friend. I made a comment out there. I was smart. I went to the boys in the business and said, fuck Michael L. Ray. Him and I got some issues. That motherfucker
That's
cost me
right.
money.
That's right. So,
And
like you
someone
went on live or
told you,
something like that.
and you sent me a message saying, hey, can I call you? And I was like, yo, bet, call me. And then you called me. And that's how we started talking.
Yes, that's right. And the conversation went great. There wasn't no yelling or screaming. We broke down like adults what was going on.
And the best thing is I kept it 100 with you.
Yes,
I
yes.
do that with everybody. No one here can say that I try to bullshit people. I keep
Which
it
by the
100.
way, which by the way, just so everybody could know the math, after that conversation, it wasn't like I went to Amp or me and him became friends or anything
This
like that.
was 2017,
This was right when I started
18.
shadowing Leesburg. Right
It's
when I
like
started shadowing Leesburg.
2017 or something like that, or 2018, I think it was, or 19.
Yeah.
And then you started wrestling. You came to AMP in 2023.
And that was later on when we
5 years?
5 years later. So people would think like they don't know conversations I have with certain people and they just keep to themselves. And you could be in a locker room talking bad about me, and that person actually fucks with me and will sit there and laugh. Cause I had the courage to call Ralphie. We had the courage to speak because at the end of the day, like we're both from New York. If we're gonna shoot the fade, we're gonna shoot the fade. But dog, can we find out why we shooting the fade first? I mean, I don't care, bro, but can we
If we have
find
to
out?
thump, we're gonna thump. But why are we
Can I
thumping?
find out why first?
Why are we thumping?
Like I'm
Why are
not
we
scared
having
of it though,
issues?
but what happened? And I did have fun with you at Amp. I do remember our last conversation, which a lot of promoters are not like you. A lot of promoters don't have understanding when it comes to certain things. Now, I told you why I didn't want to come back, and it had nothing to do with the new kids coming in. Whoever thinks I don't know, I don't know TJ like everybody knows TJ. I don't even know what the fuck the problem is with TJ. I think you could verify that I seen TJ probably 3 times, because I've never after that I've never done anything. So it's not I left because the new class came in. I literally had a conversation with Ralphie, told him what I was feeling inside, and the first thing he said was, "Dude, I kind of understand you. When you're ready to come back, the door's open. Like, don't even fuck. Your first word was, fuck wrestling. You need to take care of this." So that's from one guy speaking to another promoter. Now, another promoter I told the story told me, stop being a pussy and be there next week. Look at the difference.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. In wrestling, if anyone who's not a wrestler, a true wrestler, they don't realize the mental stress that this business can give you. Um, I've had to take time off myself, and in my case, it's pretty much Mother Nature took over and gave me my time off. Because if I still probably would have been audit all the time. You know what I'm saying, um, it's just the business is not for everyone. And in my case, I try to help people as far as they let me help them. And
Yeah.
I want people to be able to make it because I was told I couldn't make it. I was told I couldn't work. I was told I wouldn't ever be on TV. I was told I'd never travel. I was told I'd never work guys who have been in the Fed. Knock on fucking wood, I've done that. I was on TV for a year and a half in Puerto Rico. I wrestled with guys that were in WXW, that were fucking guys that were in WWE, like Jim Snitsky. I was in guys in Connecticut wrestling guys like Just Incredible, Tony DeVito that was in Ring of Honor, Jason fucking Knight, King Kong fucking Bundy in New York. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who knows wrestling, bro, I've been around guys who've been in the business for a while. I've wrestled names. It's I've wrestled Tonga Low and Tama Tonga. I was
So
there.
what
I was
is
some
it
of their
now?
first matches.
Is it
Huh?
the new generation? I mean, what is it now that's so stressful?
I
Is
don't
it the new
honestly.
shit?
I don't. The problem is, listen, guys, don't crucify me. Don't cancel me. This is
There's
just
no
opinion of
cancel.
a.
Trump's president now. You
Listen,
can say
listen,
whatever the
listen,
fuck you want.
listen. Please don't cancel my opinions because everyone's entitled to their opinions. I respect the woke generation on what they're trying to accomplish, but there can't be a fight out of everything, bro. Like, if I accidentally call you, hey, sister, come here, and you're a brother, no, don't get mad at me because I used my common sense that God gave me to call you what you were born as.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me. I'm not trying to be offensive here. I'm being respectful.
Yeah.
Hey, ma'am, and they get mad. bro, I'm not trying to offend you. Look at the
And then
coin in a different
when you
way.
tell kids they fucking suck too, that's something
They're
different.
quick to cry. No, bro. Find out what you did wrong. Let's move forward to get better. We we now give kids for participating a trophy.
Yeah, I
Dude,
hate that.
don't get I don't want a trophy because I participated. I
I
want
didn't
a
get
trophy
that.
because I won that
I
shit.
did not get. So I'll tell you something quick that you said that. Yo, in high school, I won the. I didn't even win. I placed second in the Catholic school, public school tournament. And you know what my coach fucking told me when I went to the school bus? He was like, "Congratulations, Albino, you're the best of the fucking losers." And I was so mad. I was so mad that I was second place that the following tournament, it just stood in my head. Best of the losers. Fuck you, coach. I'm coming back with a medal. Fuck you, coach. Then he goes, they gave you a $5 trophy when they gave everybody else $45
Listen,
medallions.
listen. If you're giving me a trophy as a to remember that even though I didn't win, I lost, but I still participated, that's fine. But they don't give it like that. They give it as a hey, good job. And truth of the matter is a trophy should be given to you or a ribbon should be given to you because you won it. You don't see in the Olympics they giving trophies to the guys who participated.
No,
In the NBA, the USA win gold in the basketball? I think they
no.
won gold, right?
What you get in the Olympics is a free hotel and shut your mouth when you lose. That's
What
it.
was last place? What did they get?
They
Thank you for
gotta
coming.
they
See you in
they
4
gotta
years.
thank you for your service.
So why are we doing that with our children now?
So
That happens with wrestling. It's the
which is
same concept.
where we're gonna segue to this. So my problem, and now I have you on, and I know you watch, and I know you hear my battles. My problem right now is with Florida becoming Super Indy 23. And I'm looking at all the regions, right? So you got North Florida holding it down, they got no drama. You got South Florida. You got CCW and them. There's really no drama there.
Mhm.
When you go towards the Tampa Orlando area, that's where you get. So right now in Tampa, you got fucking 7 promotions. All right. The only one that doesn't have drama, and I know he's watching, is Dax. He's fucking smart. I mean, most promoters should just learn from Dax. He just fucking stay off the shit, bro. Stay off the shit, R. But you got all these dramas going in, and a lot of it is by wrestlers, and it's starting to look like fucking clicks, bro. If you really look at it, it's starting to look like fucking clicks. And I know
And
you've been accused of having some of the clicks with you, and I don't feel like I don't know. I just my
I'm not a
personal
clicky
opinion.
person. Listen, I'm not a clicky person. Here's why. Because if I was with the clicks, I'd be with the baddest motherfucker of all. I'd be with the main guys. But no, I don't click. I'm not a click. I don't have a click. So whoever has that opinion about Puerto Rican hound dog Rafael Gonzalez, bro, I wrestle wherever I'm wanted. And in every locker room, I have respect because I've earned it.
So do you feel all these pop-up promotions is because of the ring situation? I I don't. This is my opinion, and I'm not throwing in a dagger for you. These
No,
all these
listen,
kids, yeah, I'm not. It's not towards you
listen.
because
Hey,
we're
hey,
both in the
Papa,
ring right.
Papa, listen. I'm not made out of paper.
No, I know,
I
but I'm just saying, like me and you, we both get the same hit ups of, can you do a show for me for this price and that price? And you're one of the few people that when I don't take a ring rental, I'll hit you up and be like, hey, take this shit. This is the fucking price. Don't change the shit. But my thing is the energy. This is what I'm mad about. So you got a couple pop-up companies. I don't want to get into a rabbit hole on what. Here's my thing. Where's all this energy coming from? Because you guys were in other promotions, and the excuses were you can't give out flyers, you couldn't help those promoters with venues, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. Now, magically, you got money for sponsors, you got money for payroll, and you got money for a venue. Why didn't you put that in the promotion that was helping you in the beginning? Like, so,
Well,
like hypothetically, not even hypothetically, like some of the guys that have promotions used to work with you. How come they never helped you in that sort of fashion with that energy that they have now for their promotions? That's the
you
shit
said,
that pisses me off.
go back. Their promotion.
Mm.
That's the answer right there.
But they're not even drawing in their own promotions.
But
Why not stay with a team?
they're going to put the energy on their promotion
But when you look at
here's the
their
thing.
promotion, they're not really putting energy in shit.
I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying, and I see where you're going. However, the key word was their promotion. I do as much as I can for AMP, and I'm using AMP because that's the best way for me to do it. I do as best as I can for AMP. AMP is not, I'm not going to compete, and let's be real, honest to be, AMP Pro Wrestling is not made to compete with WWN, CCW, DCCW, WWC Florida, IWA Florida, Tampa Bay Pro. It's not meant to compete because we're not a money company or we don't have the type of money to pay some of the guys that go to those shows. AMP is made to help build the wrestlers that need more reps. With that being said,
I actually like your booking style, but go ahead. I'll be real. I like your booking style, bro. When you booked me, you told me straight up, look, this is how much you get paid. This is the reason why. But I tell you one thing though, my wife makes sure everybody leaves not hungry. We
what it
make sure
is,
you guys are
and let
good.
me get back. Thanks since you said that. I don't pay much because I don't have much.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when I pay, it's out of pocket.
But you let everyone know before they
But
take the
I
fucking
lead
booking.
off with that. Exactly my point. I tell you what I got. I tell you what I'm doing. There
So
cannot be.
I was told by you, this is how much you can get. If you have your own merchandise, you're more than welcome. Hey, try to sell whatever you can. I don't need anything for me. I'm not charging
Bro,
you for the
sell your
table or
underwears
anything.
as long as you make
Yeah.
money.
If you're hungry, my wife always makes sure the boys are taken care of. You know, she's a good cook, man. Just grab whatever you want. The only thing I can give you guys is this, and I make sure we drink water and I make sure everyone goes home safe. And I was like, all right, that was weird. I'm gonna take the booking. At least you know me ahead of time why I'm not getting this. You know what I mean? And we didn't
I
even
don't
talk rate. We didn't even talk
listen.
rate. That was just flat out.
Listen,
Like flat
because
out.
the way I do things, you can have a booking fee, and you tell me, hey, it's gonna cost you $80. Well, I can't pay you $80, but I can pay you 30. But here's what I'm gonna try to compensate. You get paid 80 because you're thinking I gotta pay gas, I gotta get food, I gotta do this. So if I alleviate part of that problem, you don't have to worry about buying food.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about buying some drinks. You don't have to worry about a little bit of this or a little bit of that. Now you're like, well, shit. I left here with I got $30 and I only put $15 of gas, hypothetically speaking. Just say hypothetical. I still made 15 and I was able to sell some merch. Damn. And they fed me. Oh damn, I don't have to worry. It's not that much, it's not killing me. That's what I'm trying to do is have people know I keep things up front because
Yeah.
I
And
don't
it's
need I don't need you going, let's say hypothetically, and I'm using hypotheticals here, not say you are, but I don't need you going to, let's say you went to, let's say my son, and I paid you $60 and I paid Damien 25. Well, shit, I need you and him to get the same thing. That way, if you guys talk, he goes, hey, I got 25. Oh, he goes, hey, how much you get? He goes, you go 60. He goes, well, why the fuck I got 25?
yeah.
No.
I know the concept. Yeah.
Every regular guy I tell them what I can give them. This is what it is. This is what I got. No more, no less.
Are you a fan of the book thing?
What do you mean?
You know, the old school. This is what I could pay you, but I'll give you 10 tickets. If you sell these 10 tickets, you could just give me 20, keep 80 for yourself. Because it works in New York, but in Florida,
The
it seems
problem
like
here is that I've been in a lot of companies that do that.
Mhm.
And some people do it, and then others just don't. Others go and say, well, I'll keep these 10 tickets and I'll give you the 20 that you're asking for, and I'll give these tickets. I got 10 tickets for $20.
I got it.
So
It's
then they
kind of
don't make money
tricky.
because they don't care about making money. And
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, I'm probably stupid for thinking it that way because that'd be a way to have more people in my door,
yeah.
regardless. But I want to be able to make the money so that I can pay the boys their money.
So the reason why I brought that up is because I dealt with someone that wanted to get paid like that, and before I even like had an exact number of who was coming in, he was already 60 people in. And I was like, fuck, just you yourself. He was like, yeah, this is what I do. I live here. Like, like I go to the gym here, I'm at the ice cream shop. Like, I sold 60 tickets. This is 60 guaranteed people here. So then I
Well,
added
and
that
then, but
with
then,
what I
but
had
then,
going on.
but that like that, if I can make a deal that is feasible for me and for him, let's say he sells 60 tickets and it's $15 a ticket, right? That's what, $900? Bro, you keep 450, I'll keep 450.
Yeah.
I'll do it that way. Because if I do it the other way, I'm gonna lose money. At the end of the day, we're in a business about making money.
Yeah. And that's why we had a
So if
conversation.
I do that, yeah, I might have more people. It'll look good on camera. Excuse me, but it's gonna look good in my pocket.
Yeah.
Is
That's
it
the
gonna be good?
conversation we had about the ring rental prices. Like, I know you started changing prices because these guys keep going lower, lower, lower,
Well, and you
lower,
got some
lower.
people trying to screw me, and they forget, bro. I give you a price for a reason, and then you want to try to chicken or whatever, and then change the prices. Nah, man. I do things a little bit different now. My wife is like, Ralphie, you too nice. So
Which
she's
which
taking
which which
she
brother
she she
I
took
did wanted to
over.
tell you.
Hey,
I
she
did
took
wanted to
over.
tell you. Oh, she took over.
She
So I
took
feel
over.
bad. I feel bad for anybody trying to get a ring now. Um, yeah, you got to pay full price for her. There's no negotiating.
I know
The
she might bring it down.
a little bit, but that's something that I always feel, and don't take this the wrong way, brother.
I'm
I
not.
always feel is something that I don't want to say I don't like about you, but I just hate the fact that your heart is so big like that and they take advantage of it. That's what I fucking really hate, bro.
Well, just
Because
recently I got told I did a ring rental and I found out that the promoter got paid
X amount
ten
of money.
thousand dollars. $10,000 for the ring rental. I'm not gonna throw his name out there because it's not fair. I didn't know. If I would have known, my price would have been a little bit different. But the dude made ten thousand
And
dollars.
and I hope it's not the one I gave you, because I'll be
No,
pissed. Okay,
no.
I'll be fucking pissed,
Uh,
bro. I'll be
he had
fucking
three
pissed.
matches. He had 3 or 4 matches, and I only got. And I'm gonna be honest. I'll tell you how much I got. I only got 500.
With three
And
matches.
3 matches, and I only got 500. I don't know how much he paid his wrestlers. It was only 3 matches, but you made $10,000, bro. You could have
Yeah.
thrown me a little extra. He said I could give you this, and I went, well, shit, it's a little more. And he's like, yeah, but that's what I can give you. And I went, all right, bet I'll give you a hand. I give you a hand, bro. Like you
And is
made
this someone
10,000.
knowing your situation, knowing what you're going through, trying to get your house back up? Okay.
Hey, I'm not even
I,
saying I'm not even mad. I still
n-
got what was it?
no,
We
no, no. I
discussed a
mean, you
certain
still got
price,
five. At the end of the day, like you're the one that put that in my head. You're getting $500 for something quick. You know what I mean?
you know what I'm
So I'm,
saying?
I'm not mad at you, but
But
I,
I'm
I, I
like,
do, I do understand why she kind of took over. You know what I mean? Because
I'm like, bro, and don't get me wrong. I found this out in the afterburner. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. That's part
Yeah,
of
it is. It
business.
is. It
You
happened. I
gotta
mean,
you do better math and figure stuff out better. But it's all good.
someone tried to get me earlier. All right, I knew this was going on, bro. I was 3 months ahead of what this guy was doing to me because you start seeing a certain pattern with
Yeah.
Texas. Like, first off, when you ask me for a ring rental and I say okay, you don't need to hit me up no more. I'm showing up, unless you don't have the money. Is when you should worry. So he was trying to go. He wanted a 3-day rental, right? I priced them at 600, dude. It's all the way in Brooksville. And then one thing I did learn from you was, dude, you got to get your gas money from these fuckers. You got to, because I
Yeah,
remember
you
you telling
gotta
me,
get the
like, dude.
gas money. You know what
And
I'm saying?
before I wasn't charging them for gas and stuff, and so I asked you, how much you charge. You said, dude, look at my truck. That shit don't run on water. That shit don't run on. I don't give a fuck about their dreams. Like,
And
and I understood that part. Like, it doesn't.
truth of the matter, don't get me wrong. Like I still give them a nice little sweet deal,
Yeah.
so that way they're not feeling that I'm taking advantage, because that's another thing. People think you're taking advantage.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
you gave me
problem.
logical pricing, like how to do it, and I map it out like this. The first thing I told him was I can't leave my house for anything less than 400 because I drive an Escalade. Okay, so I mean I drive a Cadillac Escalade, and I got the LS motor, bro. Pulling the ring, that's $70 leaving the door. Okay, like
Bro,
just off
I
the
can go
bat.
from here. I go from here to fucking Claremont in my truck without pulling the ring, and it's $70.
Okay. So I'm charging you the trip over there. Plus, with me, I don't know how you do things. I don't put up the ring. Okay. John
Mm,
puts up the ring. I bring the old man. Okay. The old man's been with that ring before I even bought it. If anybody
yeah.
knows anything about the ring, it's John. He knows what to do when something happens. He knows how to board top to bottom. I have to pay John at least 50 to 60 bucks, depending on his mood. That's always been, yeah, because John's always been like that. He's weird. He makes money, so he doesn't need money. He's doing it because he
Something to
basically
do,
loves me. No, he loves
and
me,
it's
bro.
something to do too.
Yeah, it's not for him to do. Like every time I'll try to pay him, he'll be like, no, I brought 6 of my grandkids and we ate and don't fucking worry about it. So he understands the struggle of a promoter, but John's not free, and I would never let him work for free. So that's
Yep.
already 60. We're going on 150 already out of my pocket for your
Yep.
event. For your event, and it's one of them things where I'm like, then I see them when later on when they have all these sponsors, and I just been on the show with them, and I'm like, dude, you just told that promoter you don't know nobody, but you got 6 sponsors for your shit show. What the fuck? You just did the same show this guy just did
And
with the
like,
same.
I said, to me, it's all good, bro. It's all good. I listen. I'm trying different avenues, a way to get money. Um, I try to tell them, bro, whatever we do, whatever sponsor we get, you get a percentage of that. That first time sponsorship, you get a percentage. So it's not like you're not getting paid. You're getting compensated. It's like a finder's fee. But again, some people find it, some people want it, some people don't. It's just what it is.
So we're clear again when you're watching the show to all the promoters out there. He made it fucking clear that he doesn't have beef with none of you fuckers.
Oh, I
Okay,
don't care.
and pro wrestling is
If
not made to
anyone has a
compete with none
problem
of
with
you
me,
guys.
yo, here's a better one. If you have a problem with me, I can tell you everywhere I'm at. I'll give you my address, knock on my
Just call
door, and
him.
if you want to thump it out, we thump it out. That's it. I'll knock you the fuck out, then we'll talk about it, or we'll talk about it, and then I'll knock you the fuck out. I got a ring in the front of my house. Like, we can
Which
figure
which
this
which is
out.
which is
We
something
can.
else. Which is something else I want to ask you. Somebody made a comment, right? And I knew you were the first one, and I waited because I was gonna comment, and I seen when you comment and just destroy the whole. Listen, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I got a ring in front of my fucking house, and I train people in front of my fucking house. What is going on with people? Like, I know why you do it because we had this discussion. The amount of money for a building right now is fucking ridiculous. Okay,
Stupid.
it's fucking
Stupid.
ridiculous. The amount of drama that comes with a school is fucking ridiculous. The
Stupid as
amount of
well.
insurance you need is fucking ridiculous.
Stupid as
Okay.
hell.
You rather pick and choose, okay, which I agree with you, have a less headache, pick and choose who you want to train, charge them, a decent amount and just not deal with the fucking headache. And you rather do it in your front yard
So
where
so here's
you
the
don't have
thing.
to pay nobody. It's your fucking property.
Listen, let's rewind. The comment wasn't made. I don't care about the insurance because I get insurance. If I have to get insurance to do it, I get insurance. I actually have insurance.
No, I know you
Uh,
have insurance, bro. I know how your
no,
wife.
no, no.
I
But I'm just
know
saying.
how your
I
wife
just want
feels
for
with.
people who are listening. I wanted to know. I got
Yeah.
insurance. It's not a problem. Um, if I have to get a location, I'll get a location. It's not a problem. Here's my thing. When I started training, I trained in the backyard of the guy who trained me. And he was not only a professional wrestler coach, but he also trained fucking dogs. He had
Okay.
guard dogs that he trained. What we all realized when we
Was this in
trained with
Puerto
this
Rico?
guy, yeah, Puerto Rico.
Oh
What we
God.
realized when we trained with this guy is that
Okay.
he had more property. He could have put the dogs somewhere else. He put the dogs with these dogs. And the reason he did that was to create character. It's easy. It's
Hound
great when you're in
dog.
a building. That's not why Hound Dog came about.
Nah, but
But we'll
it
go
kind
back.
of it's like the origin of
But
the
it makes
story.
sense now more when I say
Yeah.
it. Like, oh shit, it does. But anyway, it's different. It creates character. It's great to listen. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have a beautiful building with AC and you guys work out and you're not dying of heat. However, in Puerto Rico, the place I trained was in the sun. We would train for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, outside. You know what that made me? That made me hard. That made me strong. And it made me better when I wrestled with the guys like Mil Muertes, guys like Shane the Glamour Boy, guys that were in WWE like Casey James, fucking even Idol Stevens, guys like that. It made me better when I came to the States and I had to work guys that were in ECW that would have cracked me in a regular fight.
Yeah.
There's a different breed of wrestler, and it's great
And you
to
get
wrestle
more
in.
one-on-one time. That's
Well,
the
no,
thing
I
too.
didn't. No,
No, no,
we
no,
had
no.
a group.
I'm saying you're training a method at your compound because people seem to forget the Hardys got a ring in their backyard and they train. And one of the biggest things I've seen, and I gave you a lot of compliments for this, buddy. I love you, Brian. Don't take this as a shot, brother. I've been saying this for years. You've been my buddy for years. Brian wrestled for Frankie. I love Frankie. I always tell people Frankie's good for your basics. You know what I mean? Frankie would teach you your chain wrestling. He will get you there. But when you need to advance, you need to sometimes go somewhere else. And Brian did all he can with Frankie. Frankie had a couple years with him. Went with you. And dude, I was fucking like the first night when I came out and I actually seen him wrestle, I was like, oh shit, this Brian can fucking wrestle, dog. Like, oh, shit.
Well, and the thing
I
is
was
not that;
shocked. I
it's
was like,
that
yo, he can
it
wrestle.
was, and it was the thing. The thing with that was what I tried to tell him is like every time I did something in the ring with him, he said, "I feel like I'm watching a magician." Now, no one's ever called me a magician. No one's ever said it looks like I'm doing magic. He's the first one, and it was some of the stuff that he should have known by then, like chain wrestling. I just have a different style. The guy who
You have
trained
a
me,
different way of explaining things too, because
I
I've
tried to.
yeah.
It's gonna sound fucked up, and I'm not trying to offend no one, but I try to dumb stuff down so that way it's super basic and super easy to get.
Well, I've been in the ring with you, and you've talking straight to me where I got it logically. Like, fuck,
Yeah,
Frank. Like, why you ain't say it like that, motherfucker? Like, and then
but here's the thing, though.
the best
Here's the
part
thing.
was when I was telling you about my hand skills, and you was like, and why can't you do that? And I'm like, cause what's your excuse? It's fucking wrestling. You're in a fight. You could throw your hands. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, who said no? Throw your fucking hands, bro. Like, so I understand, and I hope everyone listening understands why he does these things. I never had a problem with it. Um,
I'm a
honestly, I
different.
think those that train with
Listen,
you in front of your house get more if they fucking listen. The reason why I say that is you could just look at Brian's career. You can look at Brian before and after, before Hound Dog and after. And there's other wrestlers I could use as a better example. Brian Cassidy, I love you, but you can see the clear difference in his career from when he wrestled with Frankie and when he started training at AMP. And you
Well,
get
and the
more
thing is,
opportunity. Hold up, you
but
get more opportunity at your spot. And on top of that, there's rumors that when you're hungry, somebody comes outside and makes sure you go home not hungry. So I'm just saying, so there's some benefits going over there, bro. Like, sometimes.
sometimes it's my same plate. They take it from me and give it to them.
Oh damn! That's so Puerto Rican, bro. That is so Puerto Rican, bro.
But here's the thing. Like I was told by the late Frankie Chiazzo. He goes, "Dog, I love you, and you're not supposed to happen in this business." And I go, "What do you mean by that?" He's like, and the funny thing is, like, even my son made the comparison, and he did too. He's like, it's like watching Keith Lee, because Keith Lee does stuff that is his size he shouldn't do. But in that same benefit, I've been at the WWE training center before he passed away, and I would ask him, "You mind?" And I would go talk to the guys, and he'd listen. And while he's listening, the guys are listening, and then he goes, "Well, hey, dude, did you hear someone else say that? Who said that?" And they point at him because it's the same thing. I teach the same thing Frankie Reyes teaches. I teach the same thing Chiazzo teaches. I teach the same thing everyone teaches. However, while I'm teaching all this basic, I'm also interjecting character work. I'm also interjecting psychology. I'm also interjecting why you do things. I'm also telling you, hey, you need to slow down. Timing is important. I'm not just going one thing and doing that. I'm throwing, especially if I see you're capable, I'm throwing more than just one thing.
And not only that, one thing I did notice at AMP when we were at the Circle Barbecue place, I did notice when they finish their match, you do criticize them and tell them exactly what they did wrong on the spot so they could know. And a lot of people don't do that because, like you said, they'll just be like, yeah, great job, great job. And like, I witnessed it with Chief. You know what I mean? You told Chief something, and Chief got a lot of years in this, and he said, oh, all right, next show we'll do it
We'll
better,
work on it.
But the
And
little
Chief
ones, the little
it's a
ones
lot.
are like, they take it like, oh, whatever, man. What the fuck, man? I was trying. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Like,
I had an argument at a show recently, and I saw this guy give a guy a forearm, and I told him it was bad. I'll tell you exactly how I said it. That was the shits. It looked horrible. I cannot be. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to be straight, direct to your face, because that's what I want for me. If I did
yeah.
something wrong, I want you to tell me it was bad. But at the same time, explain to me what could I have done better. And this particular person got mad, and then went to the point and started attacking my weight, saying that, oh, well, maybe you need to hit the gym. And my answer to him was, my fat ass at 325 pounds can out wrestle you any day of the week.
I,
Hell, there's
I
20
heard
guys
this
in the
before.
locker room. I was like, there's 20 guys in the locker room that if you tell them, do you want to wrestle Hound Dog or you? They'll pick me every single time.
I've seen you
Hell,
go 30 minutes, bro.
I was like, hell, your brother, who's a solid wrestler, when he's healthy, has wrestled me for an hour. So don't talk shit. I will fuck you up. I am better than you every which way. You can sit here and try to use my weight against me. Bro, these 325 can go in the ring. I can go with anyone.
I've seen it,
I
and I love the way you run the ropes. It's different.
I tell people all the time, like, bro, I can go with anyone. I swear to you on everything I love, put me in the door, put me in AEW with anyone there. If I cannot match them, that means they're way better than me. But I'm gonna fucking try my hardest, and you're gonna be leaving going, that fucking fat motherfucker can go. Put me in Ring of Honor with any guy there, I can go. Put me at WWE fucking E, I can fucking go. I can go with anyone. New Japan. Put me with anyone in the ring. I can go.
I was gonna
People
put you
just
with beast mode,
underestimate
bro.
me. They think I'm soft. They think I'm not as good. That's your opinion. My son was trained by this guy right here. I have trained many motherfuckers out there. Trust me, I'm not no joke. I know my shit in the ring. I could go with anyone. Hell, I'll even pay for it. I'll wrestle John Davis at a show just to show people I can go.
I was gonna put you against beast mode. I was like, yo, I think I need you to wrestle beast mode. He's big. These guys don't get it how to wrestle him, and it didn't fall through. But the one more question before we go, and I don't care how long that segue goes. What are your plans with AMP? Where do you see AMP in the next 5 years? I'm gonna tell you, I still believe you and Nelson Vega have the same dreams of having a promotion to break out new stars. And I still believe if you're in that area, AMP is a good place to fucking just start off in. Where do you see the company and what are your plans? We got this show coming up. I think it's a good idea. I think it's probably gonna be one of your top shows when it comes to fan interaction. All right. But what
I
is
have a
the
listen. I'm not gonna go into details, but I have a nice little surprise on that show. That whoever sees it, they're gonna be like, "How did they pull that off?" And I'm not gonna tell you how I pulled it off because I'm
oh
done giving
good.
my tricks out. But with that being said, here's what I'm looking at. I don't know. I don't know.
We're gonna wing
Um,
it.
there's a saying that we're gonna fake it till we make it.
We're gonna fucking wing it. I like it.
And I in the indie scene, I am what Paul Heyman was for ECW, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Uh, I've had guys that call out important people with that I'm gonna pay good money that didn't make the show that I've had to make audibles and put something else, and I've gotten magic out of that something else. Uh, F is always on someone's lips, and until I'm done, that's the way I want to keep it. I I know I have something special. I tell everyone, trust the process because the process is real. The struggle of wrestling is real.
It is.
Um, I
Not sure.
I've I've fought hard in my career to get the level of respect that I have, and it took me 25 years. And 3 years ago, it was told to me by a vet, Ricky Santana. He says, "Listen, when we started this business, we want to make money. That is the beginning to everything you do when it comes to any type of job or anything. You want to make money." He's like, but then sometimes some people come along, unfortunately, don't make money, but their respect. They get their respect from their peers that they never thought they'd have. That's where I'm at in my career right now, and that's what I want for AMP. I want people to remember that AMP was meant not to be a powerhouse company. We're meant to help others get better so they can move on to the bigger company. In my opinion, in Florida, CCW, WWN, and DCCW are the top companies in Florida, indie wide.
DCCW is the name CB Attitude brought up yesterday. That is the fourth time someone brought them up. I'm gonna have to
I
take that trip down there.
Okay, so I've watched some of their product, never personally, but I've watched some stuff. I have friends and guys that work that event.
This
Work
is
some of
after the rebrand. This is after they threw out a certain somebody.
Well, I've watched some of the old stuff and some of the new stuff.
Yeah, because I
And
heard
and
me and
even
you both know.
before,
Me
even
and you, hold on,
before,
because I want to laugh. I want you to laugh. Me and you both know who is the booker, and he's no longer here.
not gonna. I'm gonna keep my comments.
Yes,
I'm gonna
but
keep my comments to myself.
I did hear it's been the biggest turnaround, like, and I heard like they got back to their more like so from my understanding, they always been top notch. They kind of were going
They
on a
came down,
decline.
and it looked like they're
They
going back up
stopped,
again. Oh,
and now they shot
and
back
not
up.
because and not because I work for them. WWC Florida and IWA Florida. Those are like the two sleeper companies.
So IWA
Listen,
Florida, I've never been there. WWC Florida, LJ. LJ is the one that tells me good things about them. I
hey,
seen video,
listen. The
and I seen
top
they
three
got way
companies.
different wrestlers.
Listen, the first three are your companies that are killing it right now. Because right now, us switching in WWN from Fridays to Mondays, bro, it's crazy, but it's working. It's we've gotten more talent, more people are working the shows. Like the fans are little by little growing. You guys got the people gonna have to watch it because there's nothing happening on Monday except if you watch Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I watched Monday Night Mayhem. Not
If you
gonna
watch it
tell you.
on YouTube and stuff,
Yeah, I'm
but
not
what I'm
gonna tell
saying
you.
is,
I'm not gonna tell you the DMs I got. Let's just say something was put on the table. The time slot is just not right because of my shoot job. You know what I mean? But it is very
some of the
interesting.
matches there are very solid, very good matches. Plus, it also helps that we got some of the WWID matches or some of the NXT guys that also work there. So that puts you in another plateau. The same thing with CCW. You got ID guys wrestling there. Don't get me wrong, their roster is fucking phenomenal. Because you got Eddie Torres, you have who else? These two big guys.
You got Eddie Torres. You got the Crown
The
tag team.
Crown.
You got
Then you also
Cha
have
Cha Charlie still doing his
Martin
thing there.
Stone.
Martin Stone still doing his thing
Like
over there.
you got solid people working there.
The charismatic Chris. I mean, the high
Yeah.
flyer. You know, no, they have a good brand, but that's something. CC, what no one seems to understand. That is a 20-year history of hard
That's a
fucking work.
long company. But
Yes,
hey,
20
but
years of
that's the
hard
same
work.
thing. Wait a minute. But in that same thing, that's why WWN is still running. They've been around since 2005. That's 20 years right
Okay,
there.
20 years also. DCCW also has been around for how long?
I think what 10, 15 years maybe, something
Someone
like
told me
that.
about 10 years also. So
So it's okay.
that means
I'm not
okay.
sure, but I know it's a time. Hey, I've been around for 10 years. We had to take a hiatus the first time for a couple of years. But if I would have taken that hiatus, we'd be 10 years strong. So
And I like the
here's
way you
my
don't
thing.
sugarcoat it and you're giving them all their props.
I got listen. I'm not gonna shit on something if I can't shit on it if they're doing good.
Yeah. The
And
new
even if
the
I
new
could,
the new
but here's the
company.
thing: what am I gonna get here? Is better. What am I gonna get about shitting on something?
No,
What
the
am I
new
gonna get about
company that
shitting?
you're not gonna get nothing. You're gonna get hate, and then people are gonna say you're just hating on them.
Listen, I don't give about. Listen, I don't care about hate. If the shit's bad, I'm gonna tell you it's bad. But
Yeah.
what do I get by shitting on companies that are doing their thing and pulling out crowds, no matter where they go? Because CCW has been in Tampa and they've had almost 200, 300 people. They go to
Pissing
Orlando,
me.
200 to 300 people. They go to Miami, 200 to 300 people. They went
Nashville.
Nashville, 200 to 300 people. They're doing their thing. Can't you can't you can't shit on a company that's based out of Florida and they go to Nashville and they put in I think 400, 500 because I think it was 400 people.
I done the one in Nashville when Sabu wrestled Alex Ocean. I ring announced in front of 450 people during a fucking blizzard.
See what I'm saying?
I actually told Nelia when we were leaving the parking lot was full of ice. And I was like, damn, you Florida motherfuckers don't know how to drive in this shit. And the late great Vince Steele was with me. We started laughing because you were watching everybody fall on the floor while we were sliding through the ice having fun, you know what I mean? But brother, I'm not
One
gonna cut
thing.
you off, but I just want to say one thing. Um, I lost somebody recently who was really close to me. I
Hey
just want to
Vince.
ask you this. It's a little personal. Are you taking care of yourself health wise?
I'm doing the best I can, but I'm not a doctor, so of
Okay.
what I understand, I'm okay.
All right.
Uh,
That's all I want to know.
of what I understand. Now, don't get me wrong. My son gets mad at me. Uh, my students get on me about it that they need to check myself because, as you know, we just lost Vince Steele not so long ago, and then uh, last year we lost Francisco Siazzo,
And
and
Francisco was very close to you, so I know how that
that's a
felt.
brother to me. So I feel where you're coming from,
Yeah, and Vince was very close to me because
and his students are now my students, and
which is, and
I
I
take
feel the
pride in
reason
that.
why I'm starting to talk more and try to hatch shit up with people and trying to get this ball rolling is because I missed that ball with my own best friend. That was
Yeah.
his goal with me. He liked the drama, but he didn't like the drama. Like how
Here's the
Vince is
problem.
like.
Listen, here's the problem with drama. Uh, Drama that takes too long to fix, it's not a trauma. It's what it is an issue that you don't need.
Yeah.
I hate drama. My wife and I have that conversation constantly. Uh, we hate drama. We don't want it. And um, can I get one of those, please? Um, quiet. Um,
We
this
don't
is my
like drama.
problem right here.
Cigarettes. That's all right. This is my problem, and you know that. So
That's not a problem. That's a solution. What I am gonna say is drama. I try not to have heat with anyone. And the reason is because at the end of the day, I don't get nothing out of it.
No.
With that being said, doesn't mean I'm scared of getting heat or drama with stuff. You walk at my door, trust me. Like I said, I've said this already 2 or 3 times. I'll throw down if I have to.
I think it's more we're
I'm
at
not
the
soft.
age. Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think it's
soft.
more we're at the age where
I don't want it. I don't need it. It doesn't make
yeah,
my life better. It makes my life worse.
it's
And it's
actually
not about
better for
them.
you.
It's
Yeah.
not about them.
It's
No
about me.
disrespect to you, all right?
Yeah.
It's not about you. But if I have drama with you, bro, it's on you, and I'll throw it on your way. It's not me. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. Fuck it. If you have a problem, so be it. My life is too short at this point. Listen, you from New York, you from the hood. We didn't think we'd get to 40 something, 30 something.
Nope.
I'm 45, bro. I ain't
Yep.
looking to die of a heart attack because I didn't like the comment someone said. Bro, not every time. And I don't know how long I've had a Facebook. There's only been maybe once or twice that I put something on Facebook because it bothered me. It takes a lot for me to get bothered. If I'm
Which
pissed off at you, you're gonna know I'm pissed off at you.
yeah. And
I'm
that
gonna make that clear
when
with
you do
you.
right stuff,
Wait a
that
minute,
means
with
yeah.
you. So for me, if it's with you, I'm gonna tell you. If I can't get you, I'm gonna tell someone else so they can get you, and then you can find me. But here's my
I'm just
thing.
laughing because it's so
No,
true.
no,
He just
no.
had that
But
incident.
here's my thing. Here's my thing. I don't want no shit. That says that, yo, you don't want none, don't come get none. You know what I'm saying? If you want something, you're gonna get it. That's it. However, I don't want that. I don't want no issues. I don't want no fights.
One more
With that
before we
being
go.
said, again, don't take my kindness for weakness, because I will thump and fight with anyone.
One more before we go. Do you have a dream match this year? That's what I should fucking ask you before we go. So anyone hit me up talking about, oh, you didn't ask him this. Yes, bitch. I just asked him.
So I got 2025. We're in April. I got 4 dream matches.
4 dream matches. Let
4
me
of
hear
them.
them. And if there's one of them that I can make possible, let me know.
Even if you couldn't, I probably can make it possible. Actually, it's 5. It's 4. It's 4. John Davis.
Okay.
He's on my top. August Artois.
Okay.
Jake St. Patrick.
Oh, that would be fucking good. All right. I'll pay to see that one. And as much as
people might gonna look at me go crazy, I've always wanted to work Simon Says.
Simon Says?
Yes.
Why?
Here's why. I knew that was going to intrigue you. Why?
Yeah, like why?
Here's why. One, I know Simon since 2008 when I moved down here.
Okay.
Simon says a lot of people run their mouth about Simon. Oh, he doesn't know shit. He's a manager. Simon says trained as a wrestler. He is a wrestler first. He's our version of Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's a great mind in the business.
What the fuck? Who are you talking to over here, bro? Like, did I not start as a wrestler? Am I not?
No.
I'm playing with
Miss
you.
it.
I'm playing with you. Bro.
But this man can actually work good. And people don't know it because a lot of people don't put it to do it.
Yeah, I feel
They
like people
look
in
at
Florida
him
don't know
because of
my
the way
work.
he looks. Me and him we're like this. And they look at him the way people looked at me at one point. In my case, it was, you're fat, you shouldn't be doing this, you can't wrestle the best. In his case is, you look this way, this is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never judged a book by its cover, and I've watched Simon wrestle.
So you feel you can bring the best out of him?
Bro, Simon can bring the best out of me because he'll do everything in his power that even he looks like a fool, he'll make me look like a star.
So it's probably been maybe 5 years since I actually wrestled. Last time I wrestled was big time, just for a Royal Rumble. The only person right now that I could probably do a good show with, where people would be like, we didn't even know he could do all of this, will be Chief.
Yeah.
That's Chief for me. Yeah, that's for me.
Chief's problem is he started this shit too old. And he's pushing to do more than what his body can let him.
But he's also like you, and he loves giving back, and he will not take no for an
trust me, I know that.
Yeah, when it comes to training people, bro, Chief will sit there all day with you until you get it right.
Yep, he will.
And that's what I love about him.
This is why I liked him. This is why I booked him, because I see that I could pull some stuff out of him.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
I see some really good matches. I see some good matches in AMP with Chief. Some matches that I didn't think he could pull through. I mean, I've seen him wrestle him and Nelson hundreds of times, but the one with him and what was his name? Jason Bates was fucking awesome. Yeah, and the finish was good too.
I need to say something real quick, and this is out of the topic of wrestling. A lot of people want to shit and talk shit, and you being one of those guys that talk shit. I gotta throw another side to this corn, because when I got flooded, I had a lot of people that came to my house and physically helped me in my house. Krieger being one of them. Krieger, who else came? My friend Stash. This guy called Trigger, his girl came and helped me. Waldo. Like, we had a lot of people help me. And there were some people that wanted to help, but they couldn't help me. I gotta give credit where credit's due. And if I get heat because I say it, suck my dick. I don't care. Here. Ashley Mayberry, or the Daddy Hunter, or whatever she wants to call herself. Simon says, when we first flood out, they're one of the first ones that hit me too. And they did a GoFundMe and got me $1,200 to help me in my house. No one knows that. That's them too. Jules Bradley. Wait a minute.
But I love
Jules Bradley. Listen, Jules Bradley. He did a show, and the little bit of money that they made from the show, they handed it to me for my house. Him, his wife, and all the people from Clash Pro Wrestling. I know we have bad taste in our mouths from other situations that other people have with some of the people I just mentioned, but we're all human. And you love me, right? Nataku loves me. Ashton loves me. Sage Scott loves me. All these people love me, including the ones I mentioned that helped me out too. they can't be completely bad because when someone that they love is hurting, they're there. I want people to think about that. Not you, because you're gonna say what you're gonna say no matter what.
No, I'm gonna keep it real. When I was one of the first ones to hit you up, like, dude, I don't
Yo,
know
you
what
did.
I could.
When you
I
said
don't
it,
know
I
what I
told him,
could
yeah.
do for you. Yeah, I don't know what I could do for you, but I can help you get cheap supplies. This is what I would do. I can help you get. I
And
don't
the
want to
only
say it like
reason I
this.
didn't
I can
hit
help
you
you
up,
get.
wait a
I
minute,
can
and
help
the
you get.
only reason I didn't call you for that is because the insurance would be dicks and they wanted their own way.
Oh no, yeah, trust me.
Because if not,
Your
I would
wife
have
explained
definitely
it.
hit
Yeah,
you up.
but
I
it
would
was
have
one of the
definitely
first
hit you
things.
up.
The first things I thought of was like, damn, what can I do knowing I can't really do nothing? What can I do for him? All right,
But here's the thing.
I I
Here's
I
the
know how to
thing.
get this cheap. Yeah.
They called me, and they were like, "Oh, we want to do this for you." And my answer, because it's not the first time someone's asked me, "Hey, can I do this for you?" My answer is no. It's a pride thing.
Yeah,
I
it's a
get yelled
million
at
things.
about it a lot.
Me too. That's why she took
Dog,
over
you're
the.
so quick to help everyone else, but when
Hey,
someone's offering you a hand, you're drowning and they're offering you a hand and you still opt to swim your way out.
hey, that's why your wife took over half the business.
Exactly. That's why my wife took over the business and
I
said,
mean,
fuck you, I'm doing it. But here's the thing. I told them they don't have to, and I appreciate it anyway. They still went and did it for me. I want to thank them here on your platform first because they didn't have to. They did that. And all the people that donated, there was some people there that were anonymous. They donated. I don't know who they are, but
oh,
all of
probably
them, I want
enemies.
me and my family, we thank you because the insurance only covered a certain part. But our property insurance didn't want to cover anything else.
Damn.
FEMA didn't want to they didn't want to help either.
Yeah, fuck FEMA.
They only gave me
Yeah.
the movie, they only gave us money for food. That's it.
Which was like barely nothing, I heard.
If you've been in my house, bro, you know we lost twice the amount of money that they gave us in food.
Yeah, bro. They
Shit, three
fucking probably
times.
gave what they gave me like $100 I heard they
No,
were giving
they
people.
gave us a little more. It was like was it 650 or something like that or something.
Okay.
But my wife buys food like she's feeding two armies.
Because
And
she loves to
unfortunately,
feed two armies. That's always her issue, bro. Bro,
she
the
cooks to
lady needs
feed
a
two
fucking
armies.
restaurant, bro. She loves to feed everyone, bro. The first thing she tells you is, you gotta try my food. That's the first
Yeah.
thing she says, bro. Like, you gotta try my pernil, you gotta try this.
You try my
So,
pernil. I
yeah.
make lasagna. I make barbecue chicken, rice and gandules.
At the end of the day, brother, before we go, bro, at the end of the day, it's good to see that even though there was some tragedy and people could talk and people could say whatever the fuck they want, at least you
When
still.
everyone loves that same person, they put that shit aside to come and help. Because
Yeah,
I had two friends of mine that were here at my house, and they hate each other.
and they were just here just for you.
And they took their pride and threw it out to help me. To the point that they even had, even if it was like a yeah, no problem, thank you very much type thing, they still converse. Mind you, they haven't had a conversation in over 5 years.
Oof. Yeah, I
And
mean
for
that's love right
me,
there.
and for me, they put that aside to just work together. Don't get me wrong. When they left, he was like that fucking gay motherfucker. The other one was like that faggoty ass bitch.
Oh yeah,
However,
of course.
however, when it was time for them to help, they looked at me and they both said it. I love you. I got you.
Which is
At the
which
end of the
is
day, my comment comes to this, and after that, we can be done. All that petty bullshit that you live your life through, all the running our mouths about this and the other, bro, throw that shit out the window. Because there's gonna be a moment that you might want to apologize because you feel that you need to apologize. And like he said before, you won't get that chance.
nope. And I'm
Drop
going
the
through it
shit.
now.
Stop. Bro, you don't have to sit there and talk to them the rest of your life. But squash it enough that you know that you guys were able to talk the problem, figure it out,
And
and
just
keep on
move
going
on.
separate ways.
Which is what I've been trying to do lately for my own mental health and like I said.
I
But
told you
dog,
what you need.
no, I
You
don't know.
need some Puerto Rican food and a lot of
So
no, I'm gonna stay quiet the rest of it.
but definitely that's been the goal lately to for me to fix some of my problems with certain people. Like I've reached out to Giovanni, I reached out to certain people that were basically beefing over stupidity, but that's not neither here or there. I appreciate you coming on this show. I always wish you guys the best. For those of you who thought that I left Amp Wrestling for whatever fucking fictitious reason, at least Dog was here to clear it up. It was my choice for my own personal.
We don't want him back.
Yeah, right. But I appreciate you clearing up the air finally. Show coming up. What's the date again?
May 31st at
May
that Spring Hill
31st.
place. Don't get me wrong, man. I don't know what the address of it, but it's May 31st. It's Saturday. If you look at my social media or go to Amp Wrestling on Facebook, you should be able to see the date and the location. But it's May 31st, and it's an afternoon show. It's
But
gonna be
don't
early
worry.
for the old people. You know that old people go to sleep early.
Don't worry. I am going to somewhere in between this video. You'll probably get cut, and I'll put up the flyer real quick, and I'll just go back to the conversation. But folks, Hound Dog came on today. It's about growth. Last night, CB came on. He said we need a change of attitude here in Florida. It starts with people coming up and actually expressing themselves and letting people know what's the deal. Today we had Hound Dog. If you're watching this will be Monday afternoon. Hound Dog came on. He expressed himself. This is the reason why we do this. We love you. We love your family. We even love that little girl that keeps getting the fucking pictures wrong. Your daughter. Tell her next time, get the fucking pictures right. Okay. To
It's
your
not her
son
fault.
that
You guys are moving too fast. I tell you guys, slow down.
Yeah.
Even for the pictures, you guys slow down.
From your son that's there doing the music, from your other son that's there actually in the ring, from your granddaughter that's out there giving out flyers and checking on everyone, making sure no one's coming in for free.
My granddaughter checking out people don't get it for free, bro. She picked that from her grandmother.
We appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. You know you have a fan base. Don't ever feel like you're doing this for no reason. And like always, brother, you're more than welcome to come on the show. I'm glad the dust is settled, things are clear. New beginnings, May 31st. Like I said, we love you. You've been watching Ring Fever, and we're motherfucking out.